Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. In today's video we're going to take a closer look at version 3.6 patch notes for Fortnite Battle Royale, look at the new introductions including the Clinger grenade and cover all the stuff that's been done in the Battle Royale. But before we do any of that, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to get all of my videos as soon as they're published, and if you wanna, drop a like on the video. So welcome to version 3.6. It introduces quality of life improvements to Battle Royale, adjustments to the minigun, and the debut of the latest gameplay item, the Clinger grenade. You can be sure it will get you out of almost any sticky situation. How will you use it? So the Clinger grenade is something that I've been hearing a lot of people speak about. Obviously we've been talking about it as a sticky grenade. Looks quite quirky, typical Fortnite Battle Royale kind of stuff, but we're going to take a closer look to see exactly what type of damage it does and how long it takes to explode. So let's go down straight to the Battle Royale stuff and let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video. So the Clinger, here's the stats: rarity, uncommon, location, floor loot, supply drops, supply llamas, treasure chests. Explosion delay once attached, so be very noteful of that. Once attached, so I don't believe this is going to explode before. 2.5 seconds. Player damage 100%. Structure damage 200. Radius 1 tile. Maximum stack size 10. Pickup stack size 3. Sticky grenade. Stick this grenade to an enemy and wait for it to explode after a short duration. Oh, so just like I said there, it cannot explode in the air, so it's going to have to stick to something before it explodes. Will cling to any surface or player hit, so it's going to be great for replay when you get them epic final kills. I used to love doing this on Modern Warfare 2. The final kill cam and sticking someone with a Semtex right in the forehead was just so satisfying. So it's nice to see that this is going to be a thing in Fortnite Battle Royale. Will detonate early if a structure it is attached to is destroyed. Reduce the chance of finding remote explosives in the treasure chest by 40%. Now, if I'm very honest with you, I think the C4 was such a useless implementation into the game, and I think it'll probably be the next thing to go in the vault. Although the thing that gets my vote to go in the vault is the silenced SMG. It's just absolutely awful. Sometimes I think to myself, if that is the only thing I've got to pick up, I might as well chance it with my harvesting tool, but that's a whole nother story. Right, minigun adjustments. Increased accuracy by 10%, decreased recoil by 10%. That's actually a buff for the minigun, which is that's pretty impressive actually. It is a weapon that is not received as much use, especially in solos or duos. It's more a squad based weapon in my personal opinion to take down forts, which it is very effective at. Increased damage from 16 to 7, epic and legendary, to 18 and 19. Greatly improved hit registration of the long range sniper rifles and crossbow projectiles. Wow, so a buff for the sniper rifles as well. This really floats my boat, because something I fell in love with in Fortnite is the trajectory and the, you have to aim slightly above and you have to be a proper sniper in this game. So to get rewarded if you do actually land your shots is always a great thing. So that's a buff and that's going to go well with the community. Porta Fort improvements. Now if you watch one of my previous videos, you'd know I'm not a big fan of the Porta Fort, but I'm still going to cover this. Porta Fort tires no longer grant 4 damage immunity after the player bounces off them. You must have seen the epicness that when Ninja jumped out the sky, threw down his Porta Fort, landed on the tires and didn't die. Now me personally, tires ain't that thick. You should be dead after one bounce on those personally, and I'm glad to see this has been implemented into the game. It's only fair in my personal opinion. Porta Fort trajectory preview now indicates if it will build with the stilts and a ramp. Now this is great because I threw it down on a ramp, on a hill I should say, a few times in the heat of a moment. Thought to however I use it, and I've found that I've thrown it down only to be under it and just get destroyed, and it didn't give me the cover that I wanted, because most of the time you bounce up on the tires and straight onto the sides, and you can get back into the battle straight away. But sometimes it comes out on stilts, and if you're unlucky like me, you've ended up underneath it and it's just been irrelevant it being there, because the whole purpose of you throwing it down is to offer yourself instant protection, which it didn't give me at all. So Port of Fort trajectory now turns red if it's aimed too high, so that's a bit more help to the user that's throwing it, which is again putting the stabilizers on for people, but it's got to be done, isn't it? It's only fair. I'm not going to complain, it's only fair. Bug fixes, right, let's have a look at these. Fixed a collision issue with the Port of Fort tires that allowed down players to hide in them. I didn't know this, but that's a good thing to know. Fixed an issue where submachine guns intermittently failed to reload. I've not had that issue, but that sounds game breaking. Fixed an issue where cozy campfires healed for one more second than intended. That's a bit of nitpicking there, but yeah, 1% health is really going to make the difference if you're getting slapped in the face with a pump shotgun. I don't think so. Fixed an issue where red hit markers wouldn't show when the rocket launcher dealt damage. That's nice to know, because I've done this and I've only had to rely on the sound it makes when it hits somebody instead of seeing the hit marker. The red light on remote explosives can no longer be seen through doors, which is game breaking again. They're absolutely useless. Yesterday I threw them on a guy from above. He came in my, well, I call it my house, but it's my house. I was in there first. It's mine. And threw it down on him, blew the floor open, and then saw him, threw it down, and I got 10 damage for what I would consider a direct hit. It's absolutely atrocious. I guarantee it goes in the vault in the next season. Fixed an issue causing consumables from loot llamas and supply drops to exceed the minimum stack size in players' inventory. Now, I'm not really interested in this. I have been notified of an issue where you can do, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but you can consume shield and bandages quicker than you should be. It has been noted by Epic Games, and hopefully they'll have a fix for this very soon, because it's unfair for people that don't know about it. Now, I'm not going to go around spreading it around, because I don't want to be giving people an unfair advantage in the game. Right, gameplay. Short fences will no longer block you from building structures. First shot accuracy is now reset when you crouch, uncrouch, or switch weapons. Hallelujah, because I thought this was real broken. Players now spawn closer to their squad mates on the starting island. Yes, Epic. Yes, the amount of times I've had to run over to my mates at the start island just to, you know, we like to boogie at the start, man, get a bit of footage just before the game, getting a good it's a nice little touch, and it makes sense spawning you by your enemies as you get ready to start battle on a battle royale, doesn't it? Okay, so supply drop balloons health have been adjusted based on playlist. Solo 500, duo 750, squad 1250. That's a really good implementation. Supply drops now spawn twice as high, 4 twice as fast. I think this is to help people see them outside of the map when you are very far away. A lot of obstacles are on the map, trees, buildings, and sometimes you can hear but you just cannot see, and you probably get your head sniped off while you're having a look around anyway. Now, this is the most important part of this particular update, if you ask me, and this is the Builder Pro element. Now, you may have noticed I covered the Builder Pro in the last patch I done, the 3.5. That video done really well on my channel. It's obviously an implementation in the game that is being greatly received by the community. However, when I covered it in my last video about Builder Pro, you will have noticed I covered a few issues with Builder Pro that actually, when you was building with it, could be the difference between life or death in a gunfight if these issues happen. And I'm so glad to say that Epic Games have recognized this and have been very, very swift in how they've dealt with this. So Builder Pro fixed an issue where primary fire couldn't be interrupted when releasing aim down sights, which was annoying. Fixed an issue where sprinting could stop you if you switched to build mode and attempted to quickly build a ramp. It'd actually put you into a jog, which just broke the whole flow of the game for you, and sometimes you'd end up overbuilding or underbuilding or blocking yourself in. Fixed an issue causing players' weapons to automatically fire after placing a structure and switching to the weapon. Now this was highly annoying when you tried to build a ramp behind somebody only for it to automatically fire and give away your position. So I'm very glad they have identified this issue and resolved it. It's brilliant. Fix multiple issues with supply drops. Balloon collision no longer remains after the crate is open. Supply drops no longer get stuck on structures, trees, or in the air. That's really good implementation, because sometimes you see a supply drop come in and you think it's been taken and it's actually stuck upon a tree. So you've run over for no reason, not spotted it, and it's only till you've gone down, the storm's on your case, and you turn around and see stuck in a tree and think, well, I actually could have done with whatever's in there because I'm pretty low on ammo and I'm pretty low on good weapons. So that's a great implementation also. Fixed an issue causing players' weapons to automatically fire. No, I've just read that, haven't I? Well, beg your pardon, guys, beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Fixed Porta-Fort tire floating in the air when Porta-Fort is thrown at a supply drop. Players no longer take fall damage when landing on top of tires. Didn't think that was a reality anyway. Fixed an issue that caused doors to recoil quickly, spamming them. Interaction input when approaching the doors. Fixed an issue that caused switched the wrong building piece edit mode when attempting. Bloody, I can't read today. Beg your pardon, it's at the very bottom of my screen here, so I'm struggling, and my screen probably isn't as big as yours. Right, so me personally, I'm happy with all of that. I'm not really going to go into the other nitty-gritty bits because I don't really think they affect us as much as these stuff up here. Now the Builder Pro stuff is just absolutely phenomenal. Guys, let me know, are you loving Builder Pro? Because I think it's the best thing that's happened to Fortnite for a console player. Let me know down in the comment section which is your favourite portion of these patch notes. I am loving the introduction of a sticky grenade. That is something that I know the community has been speaking about for a long time, and it's going to be so much fun using this. I will have gameplay on the channel very soon using this, just to show you guys how much fun it's going to be, because sticky grenades have been something I've been obsessed with in Call of Duty, so I clearly know I'm going to be obsessed with in Fortnite Battle Royale. Guys, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell once again to get all my videos as soon as they're published, and as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.